My name is Mrs. Steggles and I'm Head of Early Years here at Framlingham College Prep School. And I thought it might help to give you a few tips on getting your child ready for reception. Going into reception is a big step for most children from nursery. Even though they've been used to nursery and all the play, there are differences in reception. They have to be a little bit more independent. So here are a few tips towards getting your child independent before they go into reception. Firstly, it's a really great thing if they know how to put their coat on. Even better if they know how to hang it up. Getting themselves dressed and undressed for PE. So do you know what? In the summer holiday, if you've bought their kit, let them try practice putting it on. It's a really good way of getting them used to the idea. Get them to practice putting their shoes in pairs as well and their socks in. A good tip that we use when we're helping children with a difficult task is to use a thing we call backward chaining. Okay, so we start the process, say putting your coat on. You let the child just finish putting their coat on. So you've basically put one arm in, got the other arm in, done that bit, and they're just going to pull the zip up. Okay? Next time, you see if you can get them to pull the zip up from there. Then the next time you get them to see if they can put an arm in, until eventually they've done the whole thing. Okay? But break it down into steps for them and let them learn. That's a really useful tip. It's really important that children are independent. It's a massive boost to their self-esteem if they can do things by themselves. So have a go over the summer holidays. Practice getting changed, practice pairing up your shoes, practice taking your socks on and off. Anything you can do to help will be absolutely wonderful. Communication is another really key area for our children when they come into reception. And I mean the whole aspect of communication. Being able to listen, being able to ask for the things they need, and being able to tell a teacher what's the matter if they're unhappy or upset. So it's really important that you give your child those skills. Learning to listen. When we're learning to listen in nursery and we have a story with our children, we set the boundaries. What is good listening? Well, you're looking at the book, you've got your listening ears on, you've got your brain on, you're quiet and you're sitting still. And then they know that they're ready to listen. Another thing that we always say is, before you speak, wait till the other person has finished all their words. So, another important part of communication is being able to tell the teacher when you need something or when you're unhappy. This is a really key thing, and it does come down to confidence. So don't be afraid to say to your children they can always talk to their teacher, that if they're unhappy or they need something, they can always go and speak to the teacher. Just reinforce that. It's a really good point. Communication with other peers, now that's important. So if over the summer holiday you're arranging play dates, it may be a good thing to just help your children. Just watch how they're playing. Are they listening to other people? Do they come to you if they get upset? Actually, you can go say to them, can you go back? Did you ask them to share their toy? Did you tell them you didn't like it? Just reinforce those very simple sharing things over the summer holiday so that when they come into reception, they're ready for that little step up. Another key area for being independent in reception, physical skills. Okay, so really important for us are the fine motor skills, using our fingers. We will have done loads of work in nursery. We will have played with Play-Doh, we will have done with scissors, we've done the colouring, we've had the paintbrushes, we've had outside paintbrushes. So if over the summer holiday you can keep all those things up, then that is really wonderful. Play-Doh in particular is really great for exercising all the muscles in the hands. But the key thing that we want with children in reception is this pencil grip when they're holding their pencils. Okay, so if you can just try and reinforce this and practice it at home. Good practice, if you've got a pencil, pop it on the table and we do like that, pick it up and grip it, and then the pencil will be in the right place for them to write with. Okay, just try to reinforce it. It's not a massive thing, but the better the grip, the better the writing. Okay, again, lots of practice at doing other things. You know, cooking is a great way for physical, fine motor skills. And while we're on the subject of food, it's a good idea to help your child practice to use a knife and fork as well for lunch times. So anything that you can do that reinforces those fine motor skills is absolutely wonderful. Okay. While we're on the subject, I briefly touched on writing with that pencil grip. Just a quick thing to think about. It's really wonderful if your child goes into the reception class being able to write their name. But if you are going to practice it over the summer holiday, if you're going to send postcards or write cards to the grandma, can I please ask you, capital letter only for the initial letter in their name. Focus on the lowercase letters. If children learn to write everything in capital letters, they have to unlearn it when they come into reception, and it's such a hard task doing that. Makes it much harder than if you already learn the lowercase first. So, when it comes to writing, focus on the lowercase. Really important that you help your child to understand the importance of listening. Help them to understand the importance of communicating their feelings to their teacher. Tell them not to be afraid. We're here to help them and support them, and we would rather know than not know, and we'll help them sort the problem out. And if they've learned how to get themselves dressed for PE, then that's an absolute bonus. I hope you all have a very lovely summer holiday. I look forward to seeing you in September. Bye!